Hello everyone, it's that college football guy here with another video. Well, it's time to do the recap for those noon games that kicked off at noon Eastern earlier today. Most of them just finished. 5 games we need to get to, but first get the housekeeping out the way. Everyone please hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, helps the video get seen by more people. Comment on the video, good, bad, indifferent. I love talking to everybody. And subscribe to the channel. We just crossed 200 subscribers on our way to 300. Now, first game, Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan. Eastern Michigan trying to become the best team in the state of Michigan in the MAC. Well, they got it done. Beat up Central Michigan 38-18, I believe the score was here. Jace Bauer, Central Michigan, freshman starting quarterback. Talk about a bad day. 7 of 15, 68 yards, no touchdowns, 3 INTs. He's a freshman, but geez, talk about a way to end your year. Team rushing, 36 carries, 161 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And defensively, they had 2 sacks, 2 QB hurries, no INTs, or no fumble recoveries. So, didn't do much that one. But for Eastern Michigan, though, Taylor Powell, the starting QB, 24-36, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, no INTs. Team rushing, 42 carries for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Samson Evans had 23 carries for $135 and a touchdown. Defensively, Eastern Michigan, 5 sacks, 3 QB hurries, 3 INTs, and no fumble recoveries. Total domination both sides of the ball. Congratulations, Eastern Michigan, and you're on the way bowling. Now, Western Michigan, Toledo. I had Toledo winning this game. They probably wouldn't cover it. Well, Toledo stunk up the joint. They lost to Western Michigan 20-14. But they're still on their way to the MAC title game to play Ohio. Now, so for Toledo, 2 quarterbacks played, DeQuan Finn and Tucker Gleason. Combined, ready for this, folks? Listen to this. Combined, they went 18 for 50, 235 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 INTs. And you wonder why you lost? Team rushing, 33 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown. Couldn't even break 100. Defensively, 6 sacks, 1 INT, no QB hurries or fumble recoveries, and Nate Gurham tried to do what he could. He had 2 sacks by himself, but he only can do so much. In Western Michigan, their freshman quarterback, Jack Salopek, 7 of 21 for 54 yards and an INT. Not good. Team rushing, though, 47 carries for 134 yards and a touchdown. Speaking of field goal kickers, was the difference in this game. Sean Tyler had 18 carries for $131 and 1 touchdown, which means, folks, you haven't figured it out. That means the rest of the team was 29 carries for 3 yards. Not good. Defensively, this is where they stepped up. 4 sacks, 13 QB hurries. 13 times they almost got the quarterback. 3 INTs and a fumble recovery. They got at it. Ryan Seelig had 3 QB hurries. Andre Carter had a sack and 3 QB hurries. Braden Fiske had a sack and 2 QB hurries. Marshawn Nealon had 1.5 sacks and 2 QB hurries. These guys were on a mission. They wanted to go out a winner, and they got it done. So congratulations to Western Michigan. Get their 5th win of the season. End their season at home on a winning note. Then we got Boise State and Utah State. I figured Boise would win that 15-point spread. Well, they covered more than that. They beat Utah State 42-23. For Utah State, Cooper Lagasse, 23 of 40? Oh, my goodness. 306 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 INTs. Terrell Vaughn, the leading receiver, 8 receptions, 148 yards, and a touchdown. For team rushing, 44 carries, 166 yards, and 2 TDs. Defensively for Utah State, 1 sack, 2 QB hurries, no INTs or fumble recoveries. No turnovers. Boise State, their freshman quarterback, Taylor Green, back at it again. 14 of 23, 220 yards. 4 touchdowns, no INTs. Also had a rushing touchdown thrown into this. Team rushing, 36 carries for 208 yards and 2 touchdowns. Team defense, 2 sacks, 4 QB hurries, 2 INTs, no fumble recoveries. And this game was kind of close and got there, and Boise State got the lead, took up the lead to a touchdown, and then Seio Ladipo got a 48-yard pick 6 to make it the final score. So, congratulations to Boise State. They're on their way to the Mountain West Conference Championship Game. Now, Texas and Baylor. I thought the fact Texas was favored, and I thought Baylor might have a little bit of a hangover. And unfortunately, it bit them late. This score isn't indicating how this game was close, and it really got wide at the end. But Texas beat Baylor 38-27. Baylor was leading 19-17 at the half. I mean, for Baylor, Blake Shapen, 18-36, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an INT. I mean, for rushing-wise, Baylor at 39 carries, 101 yards. Didn't have a rushing touchdown, though. That hurts. Defensively, 5 sacks, no QB hurries, and no INTs, but they didn't have a fumble recovery. And that fumble recovery was big. Was Gabe Hall got a 16-yard fumble recovery touchdown. I mean, basically, Texas had the lead. Hall got the fumble recovery for the touchdown to give Baylor the lead. Texas scored a touchdown, and then Baylor threw a pick, and then Texas scored another touchdown to widen the gap to seal the game up. Christian Morgan also had a safety for Baylor defensively. Texas, Quinn Ewers, not impressive. I mean, 12 for 16 is not bad, but 195 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs. Team rushing 48 carries for 208 yards and 5 touchdowns. And yes, it's the usual suspect. B. John Robinson, 29 carries, $179 and 2 TDs. Defensively, 3 sacks, 6 QB hurries, an INT, and no fumble recoveries. Texas got the win. It's just... I wish it didn't happen to Baylor because they were in it, but it just fell apart late. And the last game on there, speaking of falling apart, Tulane and Cincinnati. I thought Cincinnati was going on there, but I forgot when I made my prediction. This was my fault. I forgot. I forgot that their starting quarterback, Ben Bryant, was out with a foot injury. I thought he was playing. So that's my fault. I'm taking the L because Tulane beat Cincinnati 27-24 and will host the American Athletic Conference Championship game. Cincinnati's sophomore quarterback, Evan Prater, hasn't thrown a pass all season. Was 10 of 26 for 102 yards, no touchdowns, and an INT. Rushing-wise for Cincinnati, 43 carries, 205 yards. 200-plus yards, 3 touchdowns. Team defense, 1 sack, 3 QB hurries, no INTs or fumble recoveries. Tulane's Michael Pratt, 13 of 22, 162 yards, and that 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown was a 30-yard touchdown pass to Deuce Watts with about 5 minutes left that basically gave them the lead for good. Rushing-wise, 48 carries for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that was Ty J. Spears, had 35 carries for $187. $187. I can't even add up here. $180 for 2 touchdowns down there. And defensively for Tulane, 1 sack, 5 QB hurries, an INT, no fumble recoveries. Tulane got it done. They're going to host the game. Cincinnati's going bowling. So my prediction for who's going to win the American just went up in smoke because I had Cincinnati going for it. Cincinnati could still get a rematch, but they're going to need some help. UCF's got to lose to USF for Cincinnati to get in the title game. So any of these games surprise you? Let me know down in the comments. Some of them surprised me. Texas doing as much as they did kind of surprised me, and Cincinnati, even with a backup quarterback hasn't thrown the ball that well, did pretty good holding on and coming in there and almost won this thing. So what you think down in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching the video. We still got more football to go. We got a bunch more games on tap. So thanks everybody for watching, and please be good to each other.